Bill. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm broadcasting it. They don't want me to appear on the internet. So I'm broadcasting to you from my phone today. I'm using these things for sound. So let me know that you can hear me. I'm here against all odds. Weird thing. When I look directly at the phone, it looks like I'm looking above the phone. That must be hard to deal with. Maybe I'll look straight ahead, not at the phone. And then you guys will get the feeling that I'm looking at you. Hey, any word? Hey, people in the chat. So I have the news. I literally wrote it down so I could just go over some stuff. Thought it'd be nice to check in. This won't, well, this is the only place to see the show because YouTube has the technology to do this. And I would suggest that other platforms, if they want to succeed, I'm talking about Rumble, is they got to get their technology a little bit better. So it is something unique to YouTube that you can just do this. So anybody can broadcast this way. So they don't want you to see this. They don't want you to see this because my internet's out. They took me out. They took my internet out. And it was right when I was about to share this story about a CIA Mossad sex ring in Puerto Rico that the internet went out. It was just at that moment, and then it's been out ever since. So I have to wonder, what's going on? Why are they targeting me, etc. The usual things that you think when your internet goes out. But anyway, they say it's an outage. They say it'll come back. So I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, with internet, with the real show, with news that I can display for you. So, are you guys still recovering from the story on Paul Pelosi? Does anybody have opinions about what really happened to Paul Pelosi? Because I know that I ran a poll on the last show, and in the poll, it said that 92% of everybody listening said they didn't believe the official story. So what do you guys think really happened? Now that he's been charged by the feds, or I don't know if he's been charged by the feds, but they have those documents that came out that I showed you guys. And he's been charged apparently by the regular police now too. And they say he was going there to get Nancy. What do you guys think? He said he was going to break her knees. Oh, and then there were some other details about the couple, how he was married to or hooked up with somebody who might have been a pedo, like he was married to or hooked up with a lady that was trying to have sex with a 14-year-old or something. That's definitely a part of the real story. So the guy is not like a typical MAGA hat wearing, gun owning Republican. He's a nudist who had drug problems, who said that he was trying to teach other Democrats a lesson by breaking Nancy's kneecaps, supposedly. So you guys say no idea. I saw people in the chat just say, you guys don't know, you don't have a plausible alternative. I can tell that you have to, people don't want to believe the official story because the official story, oh, I can relax because my microphone is right here. The official story is that conspiracy theories create violence, basically, which is what I said it was going to be. The official story is that conspiracy theories create violence, and therefore we cannot possibly have the conspiracy theories, and this is how we lose our democracy. Crypto Beast says Jason Burmis said he went to Gypsy Taub's house. Gypsy Taub was the other lady, the lady who might have been pedo. So yeah, and he might have abused his children. Not sure about physically or sexually. He's an illegal immigrant. That's another angle on the story. From Canada, I guess. I guess he's an illegal immigrant from Canada. He was either living in a bus or living in a hippie house. They had Black Lives Matter flag, rainbow flag. But, oh, and he was into Jimmy Dore. Did you guys see that? Jimmy Dore had to get into it. They were like, oh, he was sharing Jimmy Dore videos. So I was thinking, okay, so the official story is this Berkeley nudist got radicalized by Jimmy Dore videos to go and break Nancy Pelosi's legs. When anybody heard the story, just don't lie to me. And this is like a sensitive question. It's not really politically correct. But when you heard what the guy wanted to do, you tell me the truth. When you heard what the guy wanted to do for real in the federal documents, and he said he wanted to tie Nancy up, ask her some questions. If she told the truth, he would let him go. And he would let her go. If she lied, then he would break her kneecaps. And the reason he would break her kneecaps is so that she would have to be wheeled in front of Congress. And then everybody would see that there were consequences to lying to everybody and being such a terrible person. When you heard that story, did anybody think based? Like, did anybody think, oh, wow, that was pretty based? Because that would be really offensive if you thought that. That would be the part where if people said that, if people were like celebrating the guy, then I think it would be wrong. Now, people were making light of an attack on an old man, you know, like Donald Trump Jr. He was making light of 82-year-old man getting attacked by a hammer by tweeting out the picture of the undies and the hammer. That was kind of wrong, I think. Probably below him, since he's hooked up to Donald Trump and stuff. What do you guys think? And then Elon Musk tweeting that story was funny, but I don't know if he should have done it because he's in all kinds of hot water right now. I mean, he's getting criticized a lot since taking over the platform. And he definitely got criticized a lot for sharing that story about the gay, implying that Paul Pelosi was involved in a gay hookup. He's really getting criticized over that. People said, oh, that proves. Am I reconnected? It said I was disconnected for a second. Elon Musk's net worth has also gone down. You heard Mark Zuckerberg is down 100 billion, right? 100 billion. Like, if you ever feel like you lost a lot of money, I find that helpful a little bit when you hear about stuff like that, like Mark Zuckerberg this year is down $100 billion right now from his company, which, I mean, I would short Facebook. If I was into shorting stocks more than I do now, I would short that company, Meta, because they got no product that people want. They'd have to do something. They'd have to buy something. He's down 100 million. Elon Musk is down a bit too, because Tesla is down, and that's another stock. I don't know. Stocks really got wrecked today. I have that as one of my stories I have written down. The Fed raised rates today, so I'll talk about that. So I was talking about Elon Musk, talking about Mark Zuckerberg. Elon Musk took over Twitter. He fired Vijaya, he fired Parag, and he fired a few other people who were top positions. Apparently, since then, other people left the company. And since then, advertisers, a major advertising agency of some sort that advises big companies, told the big companies that they work with not to run any more ads on Twitter. So Elon Musk is dealing with advertisers right now, and advertisers not wanting to advertise on the platform because they feel like it's not safe. There have been reports like from different places saying stuff like use of the N word on Twitter is up 500%. Did you see that statistic? They said use of the N word on the platform is up 500%. So obviously everything's worse. So frankly, so this is a weird thing about Twitter is some people are saying that it's changed drastically. Some people are saying that Twitter has changed drastically. Like I follow Cat Turd, and Cat Turd is saying, "Oh, I got all these followers. That's all because Elon Musk took the shadow bans off." And other people are saying, "Oh, I'm no longer shadow banned." Like I saw Tone Vays say that. I heard that people were seeing Kyle Rittenhouse, that he was saying. So there, people are saying anecdotally, and then I think I saw maybe Ted Cruz tweet about it, and Ted Cruz was saying that he's gotten a lot more followers since Elon took over. So I saw somebody say spinny wheel. I hope the broadcast is working okay. It looks okay on this end. So people are saying that Twitter is different. I've seen people say some stuff that they could have gotten banned for before that they're not. I mean, where I saw it. Like I saw one guy say, I'm going DEFCON 5 on Jewish people. I saw one guy say that, and that tweet was up. I thought, okay, so that's something where they banned Kanye, right? Because he said that. So here's a guy saying that. I saw other people saying Rachel Levine is a man. I saw people saying that. I saw people saying all kinds of things that they call transphobic. So I saw some people saying those kinds of things. So I did see some changes maybe on Twitter, but technically, as far as Elon Musk is saying, they haven't actually changed anything yet. So I don't know whether, so he says nothing's changed. They're still doing the same comment moderation or, you know, tweet moderation as they always were until Elon Musk gets his new council, his censorship council organized. But I have an update on that. I mean, the people he's meeting with is not the people you want him to be meeting with. The people saying nice things about Elon Musk now are not the people you want saying nice things about Elon Musk right now. Elon Musk also dressed up in a Halloween costume called the Devil's Champion, I believe, which had Baphomet imagery on it and an upside down cross. So he did that for Halloween. Now, I don't want to read too much into it, but some people are. He was dressed up in some kind of satanic thing, themed thing, and apparently with his mom too, and some kind of dark thing. So Elon Musk did do that. Advertisers, I said, right? So people are saying, so they're saying in articles that advertisers are not cool with the new platform or are thinking about not advertising on the new platform. Elon Musk, therefore, has gone out of his way to say that the platform will still have content moderation. He also said just recently that it's going to be weeks before anyone gets allowed back who was banned because they have to get together their moderation council. So it's going to be weeks before you see Donald Trump or David Icke or, I mean, geez, you can name, there are so many people. The people that should come back first, as far as I'm concerned, are the doctors, Dr. Malone, Dr. McCullough, and the other doctors who got banned for spreading vaccine information. And they were probably, and Twitter was probably instructed to ban them by the government. I mean, that would be great. One thing about Elon Musk is he has control of Twitter now, and he can see if the government pressured Twitter to take down posts and what posts or accounts the government pressured Twitter to delete. So that is really important information. If he has that information, that could be a real big deal in terms of him taking over Twitter, because we just had the story from The Intercept with the DHS leaks where it said, the government is going out of their way to patrol misinformation and so forth. So it would make sense that Twitter also was getting pressure from the government. And I'm really curious if the government pressured Twitter to get rid of accounts like Dr. Malone and Dr. McCullough. And then who knows about the other accounts, but who are some of the accounts you guys want to see back? I mean, I've seen all the calls for people. I think the War Room, like Steve Bannon, is banned from Twitter. Donald Trump, Owen Benjamin, people want to see back on Twitter. Alex Jones, David Icke. Last American Vagabond got banned from Twitter. He could use a real account again. So there are a lot of people that got banned for vaccines, and there are a lot of people that got banned for election stuff, and there are a lot of people that got banned for QAnon. But Elon Musk is meeting with people like the ADL to talk about how they're going to censor everybody and how marginalized groups still need to be protected. And he's meeting with members of marginalized groups who are going to be attacked on Twitter and listening to all of their concerns right now, or he just did that. So I saw a tweet posted by Greenblatt from the ADL, and he said, "Oh, we had a good meeting with Elon Musk, and I have positive things to say about Elon Musk now, and I think he's going to, from what he said, he's going to do a good job moderating content on the platform." So, I mean, here it is. Elon Musk took over the platform saying he was going to bring free speech. And when it comes down to it, he's going to moderate speech. And it might not be that much different. I mean, there's people from trans lobbying groups who are telling him you can't misgender people. And if you misgender people, then then they're going to threaten advertisers, right? So that's the way it's going to go. It's going to be like, okay, Elon Musk will say, I don't think people should be banned anymore for misgendering, right? Because that's a political issue. Some people think you should be banned for it. Some people think you shouldn't. So let's say he says that. Let's say he says, okay, policy now at Twitter is you can misgender people without getting censored. Then trans activist groups will contact advertisers and say, Elon Musk says you can misgender people on Twitter. We demand that you support trans lives and trans lives matter, and therefore you shouldn't advertise on Twitter. And so name the lobbying group. I mean, the ADL and the different various Jewish lobbying groups are certainly going to say that you can't allow people to say things like what Elon Musk said. So there's a real question. There's a real question about what the censorship is actually going to look like once it's actually all said and done. Do me a favor. I don't know what's in the description for this video because I uploaded it from my phone. It might have weird old information in it. If you'd like to support the show, and they did try to take me down. I mean, I'm broadcasting to you just in a totally pirated way off my phone because they took out my internet today and yesterday. They don't want me talking to you guys. I'm telling you. So you've got to support shows like this, and you can use like a great platform like buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, and you can leave a tip there. And I might see the email come in, but otherwise, I'll read it on the next show when I can read it. So you can leave super chats there, though. It's a good platform. It's not PayPal, which I'm banned from. People are saying, who is they? Yeah. You know who they always say they is, right? I know. That's the thing. It's funny. I know. Some things are funny. Like what they say is anti-Semitic is like if you say they. But I'm not talking about when I say it, I'm saying it like because like what people say. A lot of the show is meant to be humorous. Whether it comes across that way or not, it is meant to be. People say, like conspiracy theorists like me, will say they'll say like, oh, and when their internet goes out, conspiracy theorists like me are like, oh, they're after me. But I don't mean the Jews. I don't mean the Jews. What I say is that if I'm referring to they, it would be like interdimensional vampires. But then they'll say, if I say interdimensional vampires, that's anti-Semitic. And then I'm like, then my head starts to spin. But what I mean is literally extra dimensional forces which control things in this universe, which is a conspiracy theory I'm allowed to have. Thank you very much. And I can't get censored for. So, as long as I say the world's controlled by aliens and not Jews, then it's okay because aliens do not have their own anti-alien hate groups. So, but I don't really, genuinely, I don't think that. But I'm just saying, people say that's what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the Jews. If anything, it's other people. There are plenty of other bad people in the world, including maybe Elon Musk, who's not Jewish. It would be harder to criticize him if he was, though. I do, in the way that a lot of people do criticize Elon Musk. Like, because you can't criticize George Soros, who's like doesn't even believe in God because he happened to have been born Jewish or whatever. Can't criticize George Soros. Elon Musk, if he was Jewish, it would be a lot harder to say a lot of the things they say about him because they imply that he's trying to like control things, Like they say Elon Musk is using his money to influence things and control things and maybe change the outcome of elections and stuff. Definitely can't say that about. You can't imply that like a group of people or something is doing that. So it's lucky. Elon Musk is free. It is okay In other words, to criticize Elon Musk. I told you he dressed up in that devil's outfit. There were one interesting thing that's happening on Twitter, which is not necessarily due to Elon Musk, but people are seeing it more since Elon Musk took over, and that's fact checks of like the president and stuff. So have you guys seen those at all? There were two going around today. And you think they're not going to say this video is hate speech, are they? I can't believe they got me for hate speech. I'm so upset about that. Makes me think, oh my God, you can't freaking say anything. I'm not trying to commit. I don't hate anybody. YouTube. I hate the people that took out my internet, though. They're bad people. And I hate the people that give me strikes on my videos. And I hate the people that want to censor me. But even that hate, like I'm even empathetic sometimes about people who want to censor. Like I understand why. I just think you're very, very wrong, and you deserve maybe eternal punishment forever for wanting to censor people. Maybe you deserve to die horribly and also suffer eternally forever, until the end of time, infinity. For wanting to censor people, yeah, that's probably what you deserve. So fact checks. So the fact checks today that were on Twitter was one is the White House said, was that hate speech? What was that? Is that not allowed? I didn't name anybody by name. It was rhetorical. I was speaking rhetorically about the people who like to censor rhetorically, not that we advocate violence. I see people reacting in the chat. Really? Do I have to take down the video now? I can't control myself, I guess. I do not like people who censor. I do not like people who censor. But I was speaking rhetorically. I don't advocate violence. I don't want anybody to be violent. I heard that guy Nick Rekieta got in trouble, right? For saying that people should go on the wall. But he was talking about somebody in specific. And that was wrong too. Oh, man, I can't tell you. Censorship really gets to me. But I think it's okay. I think what we did is okay. Support the show while we still exist. Go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. There was a fact check today about Social Security checks. The White House tweeted out, oh, look, Social Security checks are going up because of Joe Biden's leadership. It said on Twitter. White House said, Social Security checks are going up because of Joe Biden's leadership. Then the fact check said, actually, Social Security checks are going up because of inflation and because they're pegged to inflation, which Richard Nixon did back in the 70s. So it was fact checked. The White House was fact checked. And they said, actually, so it was pretty funny. And then the White House actually deleted the tweet because they got fact checked. So there's some real possibilities here with this like community. There's some kind of community fact checking. I don't know how you get involved with it. But apparently people can add like relevant facts, and that's what they did to this one, which is pretty funny because obviously it's not, he didn't do anything to make Medicare checks go up except that there was inflation, so that's why they went up. And then there was another tweet from a senator that said free speech does not entail the right to spread, the right to downplay political violence. It said free speech does not include the right to downplay political violence. And then that got fact checked. And the fact check said, actually, free speech does give you the right to do that. So, just in case. So, free speech does allow you to question things. You are allowed to have conspiracy theories, which is why what happened to Alex Jones, he didn't get proven guilty, like they still never proved in a court of law that what Alex Jones did with his conspiracy theory was actually defamatory with malice. They proved that by default. So it's still not proven anywhere that you can have a conspiracy theory that's actually illegal or that you can be found liable for. Alex Jones was, but that was through a technicality. So anyway, I clarified what I said earlier. I don't have to delete the video, right? You guys let me know. I realized maybe I went over the top. I don't advocate violence. I don't like censorship. I just don't like it. But I don't want to advocate violence. I don't want him to get the impression that I ever would. I didn't name anybody by name or anything, right? So you guys let me know. Let me know. I'll delete the video if I have to. It's no big deal. Taffy Coco says easy on the rage. I didn't even know I had it in me, to be honest. I'm so generally not filled with rage. So I had this, so before my internet went out. Oh, okay. So I was talking about Elon Musk. Also, finally, okay, so they're worried about advertisers, they're talking about censorship, so they are going to censor on Twitter in the future. So they're talking about just how much they're going to censor. Elon Musk proposed a new tax if you want to be verified. So he said you can pay $8 a month to get a blue check. Actually, I don't know what the difference is between the white check and the blue check. Are there different check marks on Twitter? But people have check marks and they get them through like connections, basically. Like you have to be connected to a news organization or something to get the check mark. So, and that's what Tim Pool said. He said he got his check mark because he worked for Vice and they called Twitter and he got a check mark. And then other people who use their own name and have applied and have hundreds of thousands of followers don't have verification and have tried for a long time. So what they're talking about doing is going to an $8 fee to use Twitter Blue or Twitter Premium, which I think is $3 now. And then the $8 would give you verification and then allow you to post longer videos, which I think Twitter Blue does right now for $3. But it would allow you to post longer videos, have the check mark, and then you would also get featured. You would get ranked better for commenting on things. Like your comments would rank higher than non-verified accounts. And then that would be $8 a month is what he decided on. Some people are saying, oh, I'm leaving the platform. People like Ruben over at the Washington Post. She was saying she's going to leave. Stephen King said he's not going to pay for his verification. A lot of celebrities are saying no, they're too good to pay for it. But for $8 a month, if you're a power user and stuff, I think like I guess I would probably pay it. It gives you the opportunity to upload longer videos too, which can be useful. So I would maybe pay it, but I'm a content creator, so it matters to me. I don't know if a regular person would, but they might. They might. I don't know, $8. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. You can buy me a coffee for just $5 at buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Okay, so I think that's all the news on Twitter. People are still saying, Elon Musk, it's popular to say you can't trust Elon Musk and stuff. Humble 9300 said, can you buy me a drink? Yes, actually. Yeah. Like if you buy a coffee and you say it's actually for an IPA, then that works. Then I'll spend it on a beverage instead if that works for you. That's cool. Okay, before I got banned from the internet. Oh, and somebody asked me where they could get one of these hoodies. You guys see this hoodie, right? This propaganda hoodie. You can get this at truthclothing.io. That's our website. I like this being able to lean back. It makes me feel so comfortable. How's the experience for you guys? Is it as cozy? I feel cozy. I get to sit back, look at my notes. Don't have to be upright, leaning into the microphone and stuff. I don't know. You guys, I know my comfort is of very high importance to you guys. So before my internet went down, I was retweeting a story about a cryptocurrency founder, the founder of MakerDAO, and which deals with a stable coin called DAI. He's in Puerto Rico. He was recently found drowned. Okay, he was found drowned in Puerto Rico one day after posting this. I wrote it down. He posted this on Twitter one day before he died, apparently, okay? He said CIA and Mossad and pedo elite are running some kind of sex trafficking, entrapment, blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and Caribbean islands. They're going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend who was a spy. They will torture me to death, he said. So, and he tweeted other things about being like a CIA, getting killed by the CIA. And now he's dead. He's drowned. 29 years old. And he went to Carnegie Mellon University, which is where I went to school, which is known for its like engineering and science departments, where they definitely recruit people to work for the government. And he was working on a stable coin, and stable coins are probably being used in international drug trafficking and sex trafficking, most likely. So he might have known about cryptocurrency being used for illicit activities. So it's possible he was in the know about some stuff. And he's dead now. And I don't know if they're ever going to get to the bottom of it. So in the chat said I'd be more successful on YouTube with a cat. I had a cat, and I was more successful with the cat. But I have two cats right now. I have a super lucky cat there, a super lucky cat there, and then I have another neon cat. But yeah, I saw Stick Hexenhammer. He has a cat, and it is cool. So I appreciate everybody tuned in. Everybody's tuned in for the camera-based show, the phone-based show, the show just on the phone. All right. In other news, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates today, 75 basis points, and the market crashed. The stock market, the NASDAQ in particular, crashed. And people were expecting them to, it was really weird. Banks like BlackRock were saying the Fed was going to say that they're going to stop raising interest rates so fast. And they said that after they said that stocks would go up. So then the Fed thing happened today. They raised interest rates 75 basis points and then said that they're going to think about raising rates more slowly in the future. And the market crashed because I guess they said some other stuff that people didn't like. So stocks were way down today. Bitcoin too was up at first and then down, but Bitcoin and Ethereum not as bad as the stock market. It was a weird day, but yeah, the Fed raised rates. They were supposed to say something, which they did say, but then for some reason everybody sold their stocks, and they sold gold and they sold silver, and the dollar went up. At first the dollar went down and then it went up. So it was a weird thing. But if you have a 401k and stuff, I'm sorry. I mean, you just shouldn't have stocks. No matter what they say. They're saying stocks are going to go up, but I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't know. They don't seem to be headed that way for good. So I would say silver, gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum should be good. Bitcoin and Ethereum should be good. I was going to tell you that people are remarking that Fetterman is still leading in the polls. He was ahead by 5 points in one new poll. So Fetterman is the guy that had a stroke that's like a total mess, running against Dr. Oz. And I bet on that race. I bet on Oz, and Oz is still favored to win in the betting odds. But a few polls came out that still show Fetterman ahead. So the races are really close. Okay, we're getting really close to the election. It's in a week, actually. It's a week from today. So here's where things are at. Arizona race is neck and neck. The race in Georgia is neck and neck. The race in Nevada is neck and neck. And then one really unexpected race that might be okay. So, and then in Arizona, it's the fake astronaut, Mark Kelly, against Blake Masters. And I had bet on Blake Masters, but I took that bet off because I can't tell who's going to win. But there's a race in Washington State where this lady who's been in Senate for 30 years is running against a Republican candidate there. And the Republican maybe has a chance, So I put some money on her. She's kind of moderate. I watched her debate and stuff. So in Washington State, look for that. That would be a real upset. Is in Washington State, this lady might upset this 30-year Senate Democrat. This Republican lady who seems like a pretty good candidate. There was one poll that showed him within 1 point. You can get 4-1 odds betting on the Republican right now. At least I did. It was like 19 cents to win $1. So I took it just in case it does end up close. So it's like there are a bunch of close races. People expect everything to go Republican. The way I'm betting this year is I'm just betting on Republicans because I think that's where the momentum is. We'll see where it all goes. I was going to say that there is a new trend. I don't know if people realize this. There is a new trend emerging of people watching people gambling online. So there was watching people play video games was already a thing. Now there's a new thing of watching people gamble. I've seen it on TikTok, and I've seen it now on DLive. There are streams with like a couple thousand viewers on this platform that's almost totally dead. watching people play slots. So, which is like a sign that society is kind of a mess. Like if you're watching someone gamble, not even gambling yourself, but people were already doing it with video games. But I don't know, it's really degenerate. It's just really degenerate. People, I saw it on TikTok, people scratching scratchers, just one scratcher ticket after another on live stream. And then I saw it on D Live, people playing slots. And I think they're just degenerate gamblers, as far as I can tell. Like, I don't think they're making enough money live streaming to cover the cost of their betting. I think they're just totally degenerate gamblers because they're betting like huge amounts of money. It's crazy. It's very degenerate to watch someone scratcher tickets, especially. But it's like it's a perfect kind of thing for hacking somebody's brain. Just give them like dopamine rushes, you know. And then in the news, I just wanted to say that they reported that plastic recycling is fake. So I already knew this. I hadn't really reported on it, but plastic recycling, when you put stuff, whenever you throw away a plastic bottle and you put it in recycling or whatever, they don't recycle it. Okay, so that's what came out. Greenpeace came out finally and said that they don't recycle plastic pretty much at all because there's no money in it. That's the problem. So the reason that they recycle things is because they can profit from recycling things. And with something like aluminum cans, if you're going to throw away the raw materials, then it's worth something. In fact, you can sell your aluminum cans and you can sell your cardboard. There's actually a price for that because people can take those raw materials from you which have value and make something out of it. But plastic you can make so cheap. uh, Plastic is just so cheap to make that there's no, and I guess it's made with petroleum, which is totally abundant. So it's so cheap and so easy to make new petroleum products that they just don't recycle the old ones at all. So I just wanted to break that news as a conspiracy theory and stuff. All right. I think that's everything. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks anybody if you can reach out and support the show. We are under attack. Go to buymeacoffee.com/lift the veil. Drop me a super chat and leave me a message so I can see it. No, Top Fee Coco, I can't take calls. I'm limited by my technology today. So, like, this isn't even a podcast today. This is just on YouTube. So, because I'm limited to you guys, if you could support the show, I appreciate it. Good to see people tuned in for the show. And I should be back with real working technology tomorrow. So, go to our store, truthclothing.io, pick up a hoodie or a t shirt, and go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil to drop a super chat. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Good talking to you. And I will see you at the next one. All right. That is what it is.